guys, so welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the look that I have filmed for you today, and it's a really nice spring look. I'm using a monochromatic sort of tone to the face, so I have peach blush, peach lips, peach on the eyes. I'm thinking of doing a series where I have all monochromatic sort of looks, where I have all purple or all nudes, all pinks on the face. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start off with the peach look. I hope you guys like the video. If you do, please like and subscribe and enjoy the video. So my brows are already done off camera. The first thing I'm going to do is take my YSL Touche Eclat Blur Primer. I'm just going to take a really small amount of that, just that much, and I'm going to put that on my T-zone. Now I'm going to take my Becca, this is the Backlight Priming Filter. This is just a really nice luminous primer, and I'm just going to take that much and put that on the rest of my face. So now I'm going to take my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm going to prime my lids with that before I put my foundation on. So now that my lids are primed, I'm going to take this Clinique Chubby stick, and this is in the Curvy contour shade, so this is technically like a contour stick. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bunch of that on the back of my hand, like this. Then I am going to take my Tom Ford Traceless Perfecting Foundation in the shade 03 Fawn. This is my actual color because I'm quite fair right now. What I'm going to do is take a couple pumps of that into the chubby stick that I put on the back of my hand, and I'm going to mix those two things together. So I'm going to take this Real Techniques buffing brush, and I'm just going to buff those two colors together. And as you can see, they buff together really nicely, and it just makes the foundation about a shade darker. So I've put my foundation on. I've made sure to take it down the neck and on the ears as well so that everything is uniform in color. And now I am going to use my Chanel Soleil de Tan and a Real Techniques contour brush, and I'm just going to take this as my bronzer all over my face. Now I'm going to move on to concealer. So I'm going to take my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer for under my eyes. This is in the shade Light Warm, so it is very light. And I'm going to take my Beauty Blender, and I'm going to buff that into my face. So now I'm going to use this deluxe sample size of the Bare Minerals Well Rested Powder underneath my eyes. I'm going to use I'm going to use this e.l.f. blush brush. It has a beautiful tapered end. Then I think I'll take my Marc Jacobs Mirage Filter Contour and Highlight Powder, and I'm just going to take a little bit of the yellow. I'm going to go over that area just a little bit, just to make sure it's really nice and bright. So a little bit on the chin, the Cupid's bow, and up the nose onto the center of the forehead. Now I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. That's the longest name ever. And I'm going to take my Sonia Kashuk Big Powder Brush, and I'm going to use this all over the face just to lightly set the rest of my face. And this is in the shade 2 Medium. So before I finish the rest of my face, I'm going to move on to the eyes, and I'm going to take this Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca Remix palette, and I'm just going to use one of these shades in here as a transition shade, and I think I will use the shade Strutter. It's just a nice beigey taupe sort of color. It's a little bit cool in tone, which the rest of the colors on my eyes are going to be warm, so I want a little bit of cool in the crease just so that it sort of tones the warmth of the look down a little bit. I am going to use my Crease Shadow Brush by Sephora, and I'm going to use that through the crease. And on the outer edge of my eye, I'm sort of taking the majority of the color so that the depth stays on the outer edge, because this is going to be more of a cat eye sort of shape to the eye, where there's a little bit more depth on the outer edge of the eye. So I'm just taking a little more time to add color to that outer edge and then bringing it into the rest of the crease and blending it upwards. Now I am going to take this Tom Ford Cream and Powder Eyeshadow Duo, and this is in the shade Golden Peach. So you have a nice peachy sparkle shade at the top, and then you have a really beautiful rose gold peach cream base. So I'm going to start off with that cream base, And I am going to take my domed shadow brush by Real Techniques, and I'm just going to take a really small amount of this to start off with. And what I'm going to do with this, sort of like with the crease shade, I'm going to focus that intensity of color on the outer edge of my eye. And I am taking this color all over the lid, so it's okay to sort of move it in onto the rest of your lid when you have a little bit less color on the brush. So now what I just did is I took the brush completely horizontally and I just really lightly brushed up towards my eyebrow, the tail of my eyebrow, so that it creates a sort of cat eye shape. And then I can, from the tip of where that edge of the peach color is, I can start moving that in so that it creates a more elongated shape to the eye. But you want to do this when you have a little less product on the brush. Now I'm going to take that crease shadow brush again, and I'm going to really lightly, with what's left on the brush, blend those two colors just really lightly in together. Now what I'm going to do is take that glitter shade that's at the top, and I'm just going to use my finger and I'm going to pat that in to the first half of my lid. So from the inner corner to the center of my lid. Now I'm going to take that dome shadow brush again, and I'm just going to start blending from the outer edge inwards to the eye, just to make sure I don't have too much glitter on the outer edge, because I want the glitter again to be focused more on the inner corner to the middle of the eye. So that's about the amount of glitter that I want. So now I'm going to take this Kat Von D palette again, and I'm going to take this large sort of crease brush from Sephora, and I'm going to take the shade Lyric mixed with Skulls. So this is more of a warm tone white and this is more of a cool tone white. I'm going to use that as my brow bone shade. Now I'm going to take the shade Molder, which is just this yellow toned cream shade, and then I'm going to take that over the brow bone shade that I just used. I want it to be bright right in the center of my brow, but I want to tone down the look because I already have glitter on the lid. Now I'm going to take my MAC 217 brush, and I am going to take the shade Vox, which is just a dark brown, and I'm going to mix a little bit of this Destroyer color, which is just a warm reddish pink, and then a little bit of the Analog color, which is just your straight orange color. Then I am going to create more of a V shape on the outer edge of my eye. I think I want to take a little bit more of that Destroyer shade, which is that warm fuchsia type of pink color, and then I'm going to just go over that area a little bit more. I'm just going to move on to do liner on this eye. I'm going to use this Rimmel Glam Eyes liquid liner, and this has a brush tip. So I'm going to move on to my lower lash line. I'm going to take this little Sonia Kashuk brush, and I am going to actually take a little bit of that cream color all over the lash line, so this little peachy color. I'm going to take this little pencil brush by Sephora, and then I'm going to take a little bit of this Destroyer shade again, which is that warm pinky fuchsia shade, and then I'm going to take that mostly on the outer edge of the eye. Then I'm going to take a little bit of that orange shade, which is called Analog, and then I'm going to take that mostly on the inner sort of middle part of my eye. Then I'm going to take that dark brown, which is called Vox, and then I'm going to just really deepen up that outer edge of the eye. So lastly, I'm going to take the glitter shade that's in the Tom Ford Cream Duo, and I'm going to take this little brush by Sonia Kashuk again, and then I'm just going to take a little bit of that glitter and use it on the inner third of my lower lash line. So I'm going to do my inner corner highlight now. I'm going to take this Skull shade, which was the more cool white out of the Kat Von D palette, and I'm going to take it on this crease brush by Sephora, and then I'm going to use that as my inner corner highlight, as I said. I'm going to move back to my face now, and then I am going to take a little bit of this Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow, and I'm going to take that Sculpt shade. I'm just going to take this Real Techniques blush brush, and I'm going to take it in that Sculpt shade and just use a little teeny amount to bronze up my face a little bit more. Now I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs Mirage Filter Contour Kit again, and I'm going to take my NARS Ita brush, and I'm just going to contour with that contour color, the darker color here. So I finished contouring, I'm going to move on to blush. So I'm going to take this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade Incandescent Electra, and this is just a really beautiful, dark, cool toned peach. I'm going to use my Sonia Kashuk blush brush, and then I'm going to add that mostly to the apples of the cheeks, and then sort of blend it outwards. Move on to highlight. I think what I'm going to do is take this Tom Ford Firelust Illuminator. This is a part of the Spring Summer collection, and I'm going to take a really small amount of that, and I'm going to put just that much for now, and I'm going to take that onto my cheekbones. So I'm just going to take that and add that with my fingers to the tops of my cheekbones. And this in itself is a nice peachy color, so it's just almost going to add more of a blush and a warmth to the face. So I'm going to take my Becca Champagne Glow Palette, and I'm going to mix Champagne Pop and Pearl together. And I'm going to take my Real Techniques setting brush. I'm going to take mostly Champagne Pop and then a little bit of Pearl. So that is my face done. I am going to take my Bobbi Brown Smokey Eye Mascara and my Maybelline Lash Discovery Mascara. I'm going to use this on my upper lashes and then this on my lower lashes, and then I'm going to add false lashes. So before I do my false lashes, I'm actually going to do my lips. I'm first going to take MAC's Oak Lip Pencil, and I'm going to line my lips all over with that, and I'm going to slightly overline just a little bit, but not a ton. So now I'm going to take Urban Decay's Streak Lip Liner. This is a really deep sort of peachy, orangey red color, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that to fill in the lips, just really lightly. So I'm going to take YSL's Rouge Volupte lipstick, and this is in the shade 13 Peach Passion, and I'm just going to take that straight from the bullet all over the lip. Okay, so I applied my lashes off camera. The lashes I used were Ardell Demi Wispies, I think 120s, and then I actually doubled them up with a pair of Revlon lashes, which I don't know the name of them. They're not super thick or long or anything like that, but I use them more for adding volume to these lashes. So I hope you guys liked the video, and if you do, please like and subscribe, and have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye!